Oh my goodness. I just said good morning to everybody and then I realized I was muted. Unbelievable. Yeah, I was muted. I was muted. Yeah, thank you. I clicked unmute, you know? I clicked unmute and then I blame Dan. It's because I was laughing at Dan's joke and then, I forgot that there was another step. Anyways, good morning, everybody. Rob, good morning. CL, good morning. Dre, good morning. Ali, good morning. Thank you. Brad, good morning. Riven, good morning. Evan, good morning. Dan, again, good morning. Michael, good morning. Melody, good morning. Ali, good morning. Good morning. Michael, other Michael. Austin, good morning. LT, good morning. Mark, good morning. M, good morning. Jack, good morning. Roger, good morning. Hamilton, good morning. Ayo, ayo. Good morning, everybody. Low boy, good morning. Yeah, good morning again. Wrinkle, good morning. Thompson, good morning. Erica, good morning. Hello. Shop, good morning. Alex, good morning. Good morning, guys. Frankie, ayo, happy Monday to you as well. First week using the in 10 minutes. Let's see how it goes. Take your time, right? Baby steps, Brad. Make some monies, please. Alrighty. We're gonna probably do a giveaway today as well. For the prop shop. Cool. So we'll talk about that later today. Maybe closer to lunch. Bonjour, bonjour, Mike. Ça va? Floyd, good morning. So yeah, we'll do a giveaway. Yeah, later. Nick, good morning. Shaftman, good morning. Okay. We've had some interesting names this morning, right? And they all seem to be playing some games now going into the open, which is okay. It's been a good pre-market though. It's been a really really good pre-market for especially if you were in Discord this morning. It's been really good. Um, you can always tell by the way when you look at the top gainers list. That's all you really have to look at. Like look at the top gainers list, and you're like, oh, okay, the top gainer is 100 and something percent. Okay, okay, okay. Right, the other ones are also like inching close. Okay, okay, okay. So it's a good morning. Anyways, MGRX is the top gainer this morning, which is nice. There is no catalyst for this one, which again doesn't always work like that. But if you go back to this morning, this stock looked beautiful, right? Like the initial pop was really good. Sometimes again, like we've said in the past, when you get this initial pop, it can be something to avoid, especially if there isn't a catalyst. But when you start to get that second curl and the second breakout, that's when it gets interesting. That's when people start getting excited because now you don't have a catalyst, but now you have a reason to look at it from a technical point of view, right? So beautiful retest, beautiful breakouts, another retest, another breakout, and then pop, and then came all the way down, and it's found a really nice demand zone, and it's holding it. So we'll keep an eye on this one going into the open. Alrighty. Um, GMEX. These guys had news this morning. Again, the news is in Discord, right? It's been going back and forth. It looks okay. You have a bit of support above $1.10, so it really needs to stay above that level for GMEX. So we'll keep an eye on that. UGRO had some good news this morning too. So it looks really good, right? It looked really good earlier, right? Like really, really good. So you can almost tell, and I think this is something that I always tell people to pay attention to. You can always tell these guys are popping here now. AHMA, right? So that's looking really good actually. You might still have a double top coming up here. That's no angel. I have a story to tell you guys. I have a story. There's a ski story. I'll tell you guys. Alrighty, I'm not gonna tell you guys. The market's almost opening in 6 minutes, so we have other things to talk about. But I have a story. I almost died. Almost died. So stay tuned for the story. Anyways, we were looking at UGRO, right? You can almost tell that there's a bit of a, there's almost a bit of a, like, so ignore the catalyst on some of these names, right? There's almost like a very specific pattern that people look for. And we've mentioned this before. Like sometimes the second run on some of these stocks, or like they're better than the first runs. You know what I mean? Because the first run is that run where like there isn't a catalyst, or maybe there's a catalyst and people just don't know what to do with it, right? So then they're like, okay, okay, I don't know what to do. But the second runs are usually nice, right? So the second when you go that second time, there's more confidence in the stock. The second and third usually good. So again, if whether a stock has a, like if you so I'll use this as an example. If you simply ignored when the news came out and you played with it after based on like a retest or another breakout, you still did okay, right? So there's never any need to really be rushing into these stocks because you're like, oh my goodness, but the news is so good, right? Sometimes it is obvious. Other times, if you're not sure, just wait for that second run confirmation basically. So Rob was cooking this one this morning. I woke up this morning earlier and I saw Rob cooking. I'm like, okay, okay, okay. We're in good hands. I'm going back to bed. When Rob, is up in the morning, the market's cooking, cooking, good hands. Let's go. Come on. Thank you. So yeah, UGRO looks good. Let's see if we can consolidate. Yeah, let's see if we can consolidate in this little demand zone above the 200 EMA going into the open again. They have really good news. So let's see if we can break this downtrend though and just consolidate and crawl. So this one is closer to the top of the list in terms of like potential, continuing runs. So we'll see. Like I said, GMEX, watch that $10 support, right? If we can stay above that, then cool. Um, MGRX has been really good, right? So especially after hitting that demand and consolidating and having the 200 EMA right there, it's been slowly giving us, some nice higher lows. So that looks good. And then obviously this one just showed up and it's done well. AHMA, right? I had this one on here because it's a Raven type play, WNW, and it's been slowly creeping up, but we can come back to that later. I'll set an alert for a double top break actually, and then so we don't have to watch that for now. 6 pennies. Question for you guys in the chat with 3 minutes to go. What's your favorite stock going into the open? What is your favorite stock? What's your favorite stock going into the open? Let me know. I'm telling you, like I thought I was dead. I thought I can't really explain it without showing you guys a video. So I'm gonna show you guys a video. Yeah, Peter, can you send me? Can you yeah, I'll show you guys a video later on. It doesn't really do it justice, like me just telling you, So the funny thing is, I was recording as I almost died. So, but anyways, anyways, uh, uh, yes, yeah, no, it was beautiful though. Like it looked really good, really, really good. Yeah, looked really nice. uh, Dan, it's not the same, It's not the same. Unbelievable. TOVX is also looking good still. So there are quite a few names that I like going into the open, and obviously TOVX is one of them. Right, the high from this morning is closer to 29 cents. So it looks like it's slowly creeping up towards that direction for now. Alrighty, so I want to see how some of these stocks react at the open, obviously. Again, question for you guys in the chat: what's your favorite stock going into the open? Good job, KG. That was a good scalp on the Trump has been going back and forth this morning. I think it's Trump's world and we're living in it. Trump's market, we can call it that. Trump's market, because it's been chaos this morning with all those headlines. GMEX, MGRX, UGRO. Yeah, so we're basically just watching all the same stocks, right? So let's see what type of a reaction we get here. Because it's second. Let's see. That thing has work to do though, right? It's sitting at support for now. So this level at the bottom here for UGRO is going to be really, really, really important. And we are open. Right? So this level is going to be really, really important here in the 340s. So really good area. And then MGRX is looking really good still, going for 40 cents. Um, usual advice is, if you're not sure what to do at the open, just sit on your hands and wait. Alrighty, let the crazy initial candles happen, and then seriously, Dan, seriously, like Trump is just he's he's been on fire this morning with the sheesh, what a pump, goodness gracious. Well, I mean, we'll see if that thing even holds, and then go from there. Who knows? The next hour we're gonna be back in the abyss. Again, UGRO is holding that level really well, but for some reason the volume just isn't coming in. But it is holding the bottoms though, which is good. Alrighty. So again, that support of the 240s holding up really really well. Also the break of the downtrend, right? So this level is going to be very important. We've talked about that spot already, so I'm sure some of you guys got in closer to that bottom, right? AHMA is looking really really good still. That thing is just breaking highs on highs on highs. Rob owns 50% of the float on this one, just in case you are wondering, and it's also halted up. Alrighty. When he goes to the Middle East, yeah, buying some shares of this. UGRO is testing that previous high, by the way, so be careful at 375, 373. So again, there's a bit of resistance up there. So that last high will be interesting, yeah. So AHMA is halted up. Never. Uh-huh. When he goes to the Middle East, yeah. Yeah, what are you doing? Mm-hmm. So again, UGRO is number 2 on the list. Some suspiciousness, but again, this level was pretty nice though, right? So initially a breakout spot and then a triple retest level. So the 340s have been nice for UGRO for dip buys, right? So now it needs to break and hold above this 375 area if it wants to continue pushing. Alrighty, so this test in this area is going to be really, really important. It is looking good. So it's also really early. We've been open for 2 minutes. So a lot of these names will pop like this and then give the gains back. So just keep that in mind. Right. So again, closing above this spot is going to be really important. You can see that they're rejecting it right there. It's like what we're predicting the future. So again, these pops at the open are really nice for quick gains, right? Because you can't really trust them yet until you have 5 minutes in, a few minutes more in. You can't really trust. Like as good as something looks, you always have to be skeptical. So again, closing above this previous breakout spot, this level right here is going to be really really important. Alrighty, the most important thing. So it's cool that it bounced off the bottom, but that level is more important for confirmation. And here it is, getting slapped, right? So it's gonna need to hold again, consolidate again, and then go again if it wants to, do more important things than silliness. GMEX is still kind of sitting above that support, so above $1.13, above $1.10. So still watching that, see if the volume can come in, right? TOVX, kind of the same thing, retesting that demand zone and the VWAP. So you have a bit of support closer to 25 cents. So between 24 and 25, that kind of seems like the level where you have the most support for now. MGRX again, right? Don't really trust these stocks at the open. Be very careful, right? If you have to sit on your hands for 5 minutes or more, do that, right? Don't just be gambling on these names, please. And then again, AHMA is still halted up. Cool. So it's not like any of the other names are really doing anything else. So let's see if we can, find a way to bounce off the 200 EMA here for UGRO. You grow up, not down. You grow up. JB, I think you're late, maybe. uh yes, yes, yes. Okay. Perfect. There we go. That was amazing. No, don't support this behavior, Caitlin. Don't support this. OSRH got killed. Killed. Do we still have hope in UGRO though? We do. We really do. For now, that could have just been a retest of the downtrend, right? We still really have some a little bit of faith in UGRO. So um, again, like that's just the initial test of the 200, anyways, right? You almost expect it to bounce at the very least the first time of the 200 EMA. So that level is important, right? This 200 EMA is important. If it can stay above that, then you're still fine. Cool. So yeah, UGRO is still look, that's a solid bounce there. Really, really good bounce. So again, we need that breakout above that 73 area, 75 area though. That's really what we need for this one. And then UGRO can take over, you know? Kimvela, no, I'm not kidding. Why do you think Rob goes, anyways. What does this company even do? Travel agency, blah 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 blah. Okay, cool. Yeah, Rob owns more than 50% of the float. Yeah. Good morning, BOK. On the on halts onions. Hey yo, good to see you always. Yeah, that's a good plan. It's on halted now. So there goes. So a high of 740, 747. 747. That's a nice little pop. 730, 740. Here comes brand new highs. And there it is. 760, 770. Woof. Those candles are popping. Damn, 780. Make a wish. It says 777. 787. Yeah, this one's cooking. Cooking. Beautiful. That was a nice pop. That was a very, very nice pop. Yeah. It looks like WNW is pushing up a little bit as well. Hey, Lynn, I feel like I missed something. I need to scroll back up and read. I will in a second. I feel like I missed something. So good. UGRO is still fighting. So like I said, we still like UGRO. If it wasn't for AHMH, I still, UGRO is still probably our favorite stock right now. Alrighty. So we just need to close above that top though. So that dip was a nice dip. If you took advantage of that, you're very happy, right? So we need to close above. Type yes in the chat if you're holding UGRO, because you need to grow up. Tell UGRO to grow up, not down, up. Now Dan's gonna make a joke. Anyways, Greg, love it. Focus, love it. Yeah, see, a lot of you guys got into that. So again, it looks good to me still, right? It looks like it looks really, really good. We still need to close above that. You can see how they pop the candle, but then bring it right back below that spot. So that area is really, really important. So close above that, and then we push above $4. Yeah, so you see how they keep rejecting it at that level, right? So just be careful then. Alrighty. Yeah, Daryl, that was a really good entry. So that initial dip was just a dip to retest a downtrend and also the 200 EMA. So that looks good still. Alrighty. EHMA, nice, right? Hopefully you're scaling out of your positions though on this one especially. Please. Cool. Okay. So GMEX came back and retested that 10 level, the $10, the 200 EMA, right? So let's see if it stays above that. Some of these other names are looking a bit, very suspicious, right? So, we can have 10 different stocks at the open, but they're not all going to run. So some of them are going to sell off. It's just how it works. MGRX is testing a really important level, though. There's a nice golden pocket there, a double bottom, 200 EMA demand zone. So there are quite a few good things happening in this area for MGRX, right? So that 30 above 33, 34, right? So let's see if that area can hold for MGRX. Cool. And now UGRO is just fighting for its life here, fighting for its life. Onions, did you sell some of that position? AHMA, did you sell some or you just kept it? It's still holding above the 9 EMA really nicely, so it looks good, right? So, but hopefully you scaled out closer to 8. Come on, you grow. You can do it. You can grow up. You can grow up. There we go. So it looks like this candle might finally do it, though. Might finally do it on this candle. You grow. Yeah, it's finally gonna do it. Good job, Greg. Well done. So we're retesting the market open highs, which is good. There we go. Right again. Yeah, there it is. There it is. You grow. There it is. You grow says you want to see growth. I see you. I show you monies. I show you monies. Beautiful. So here comes that $4, right? So we talked about how we can close above this, 375 level. We're looking for $4. Here's your $4, right? And we're going through the $4. So this looks beautiful, doesn't it? Beautiful. Très magnifique. Beautiful. Again, type yes in the chat if you're holding UGRO. Keep in mind we're testing a pretty solid supply zone there, right? So people are going to be taking profits, right? So, but really, really nice. If you bought the dipskis, you're smiling like a goat. Yeah, smiling like a goat. AHMA is halted down, by the way, so UGRO is taking over, right? Hopefully, you took some gains again on that thing. Yeah, Raven. Yeah, it's a Raven play. Any penny stock we call the Raven play. Good, good, good. Yeah. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Love it. Cooking the UGRO. So the pre-market double top, slightly above 430, but again, to me the line was at 430, so we're gonna leave it at 430. But this is looking really nice. So keep moving those stop losses higher, please. All right, good job, audience. Keep moving those stop losses higher. Keep scaling out if you need to. Right. Again, we're testing a supply zone, so if you need to secure some profits, that's okay. Cool. Yeah. Daryl, let's go. Give me a high five. Let's go. Well done. Love it. A little greedy? No, that's okay, onions. You did good though. You had a lot of shares too, so here we go. UGRO just hit that 430 again. Here we go. Here we go, guys. So again, our resistance is $4.30, right? The actual pre-market high though was 433. So again, it doesn't really make a huge difference to me, right? So that's going to be a really, really important level. But you guys see why we were waiting for this breakout? You guys see why, right? Do you see why this level was so important, right? Nothing else, right? Nothing else was important but this level. So what are we looking for at that level? The last high coming into the open, right? So this last high right here coming into the open is very, very important, right? So nothing else. That's what people look at as a gauge for momentum, as a breakout, right? So a breakout doesn't necessarily mean like, oh, I'm looking for the top, right? The highest level. A breakout simply, sometimes can be like, okay, where's the last high? Where was the last resistance? So this last breakout obviously happened right there. Once we broke that level, then boom skis to the next resistance, right? And your next resistance is right there, right? So it's nice when charts work like the way they're supposed to, right? It's nice when things work out as they're supposed to. When you break one level, you just think, okay, now let's go to the next level. Doesn't always work like that, but it's nice when it does. So this is perfection, right? So now if we can close above that level, then we find the next level to go to. So UGRO looks amazing. And it again, like I said earlier, it's the best looking stock right now. UGRO. Did we know that? Maybe we did. Was it number 2 on the list? Maybe. Do we have a superstition about stocks being number 2 and being the best stocks? Maybe, maybe, maybe. Just ask bread, Maybe. So again, it looks like we're getting some rejection off the resistance, but again, that's what it's there for, right? So it's a double top, triple top now from early this morning. Shut up, Peter. Rubbish. Uh, yeah. Wings. I know. Yeah, so 430 rejection for now. Let's see if we can get a higher low, guys. Looking at some of the other names, because I'm sure some of these names will come back at some point. It looks like MGRX is still selling off here, so let it consolidate. Alrighty, it's still looking really weak. AHMA is obviously halted down, so let's see if we can retest something and curl back up. Maybe the golden pocket, maybe the VWAP, something there. GMEX has just been weak, just weak, weak, weak. Right, just not a whole lot to see here in this one, which is disappointing. TOVX is also now sitting in a golden pocket, which seems like an interesting level too. Because if you look all the way left, you can see that this was this has been a breakout spot before, right? Like right here, right? So resistance, breakout, retest, and then now all the way across as well. So you can see like where that golden, again, that's not where the golden pocket comes from, but you can kind of see that it's a good area, right? So the only problem here now though is that it's below the 200 EMA, so it needs to reclaim that level, TOVX. Right, so again, it's trying. EHMA is on halted, guys. And funny enough, we just talked about the so like again, let's see if that thing can hold above 590 to $6 here. Alrighty. So this is why you don't get greedy with these names, especially early in the morning like this, because you can find yourself at the bridge very quickly. UGRO still looking like the best stock. Surprise, surprise, no, right? If it's gonna perform the best, people are gonna go to that name on dips. So yeah. Jack, what's your question on MGRX? What's your question there? Are you in a position? Are you holding a bag into a? It's. I'm just gonna ignore you guys in the chat. Ooh, there we go, you grow. There we go. You grow says that's right. That's right. Ooh. There we go, David. David says, Ugro breaking above 3.7 was such easy play. Easy monies, David. Easy monies. Easy monies. Easy monies. Yeah. So again, we still have resistance on Ugro. So if you're FOMOing in below resistance, if you see resistance right there and you're like, you know what? I want to buy it right there. Yeah, I want to buy it right there. If you see it and you're like, I want to buy it right there, the only message to you is
congratulations, you played yourself.
Yeah. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. You bought right there. That's sad. But anyway, so let's see. So for now, this is a retest, right? We've talked about this on stream quite a bit. Like every time there's a breakout like that, especially a really strong level, there's usually a retest of that level, right? So we basically just came back to retest that breakout spot. So that really shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. Alrighty, so a healthy retest. AHMA is bouncing nicely. Look at them. Look at that beautiful golden pocket. Actually, look at that. Right. So dip into the level, push back up, halt it up. Right. AHMA. Did you go back into this, Rob? Why am I even asking? Why? Right. So that was a really nice retest. Right. That was a really nice retest. Good job, man. Yeah. Good job. Quick little scalpies. Good job. So yeah, that was a really good retest before the halt. It's halted. It says halted. It says halted down, but it's halted up. Yeah, it's halted up. Maybe the volatility was too much. Yeah, the volatility was very much. Anyways, let's see. Like I said, we're gonna do a giveaway today. For the for prop shop, for the prop firm trading site. Alrighty, so we'll do a giveaway later today. Cool. So make sure you are ready for that. UGRO is looking very nice. Uh, Peter, I don't have it. It didn't work. So yeah, no, that didn't work. Yeah, that did not work. Yeah, that was an excellent bounce here on this thing. Excellent on UGRO. Yeah, people are still taking profits, so you can still see the selling pressure really coming in. When we get into the supply area there, which again shouldn't really be a surprise. It really shouldn't be a surprise, alrighty. 18, yeah. So there you go. WH. Come on, can we break out already? Can we break through that supply zone? We're not really asking for too much. MGRX, we mentioned earlier, right? That 33 area for MGRX is holding, and it looks like it's popping really nicely, so that's good. Alrighty. See if we can get some higher lows now in this thing, though, because I think that's going to be really important. Cool. OSRH really hasn't done much. This one, though, like I said, we set an alert for this one and it went off. Uh, and it's pushing for that 18 cents. So, like, it looks good. Nothing crazy, 21%. But yeah, we liked this one earlier this morning, too. So, Raven, are you still in this one or you took those monies? Did you take the monies? Okay, let's see. At least the markets are green today, though, for now, at least. Yeah. For now, just wait. By lunchtime, they're going to be, more rockets, more tweets, and then the markets will be at zero, from 2% to zero. Yeah. Raven, I like it. Good job. Yeah, no, this looks good. It's been slowly creeping since last week, right? Since Friday. Yeah, SER, Aaron. Yeah. That one's had some really strong, it looks like one of those plays, like one of those nice, easy swing plays. TOVX is also holding really nicely there off the golden pocket, which is very nice, right? So, which is very, very nice. So, I still want to see a breakout here, though. The retest was good, though. Like, if you took a gamble quickly on the retest, that's nice. Right? The issue now is obviously we have a lot of selling at the top. Pizza, let's see. See if we can get a breakout. Yep. Okay. It's working. Okay. Again, just make sure you're sitting. Just make sure you have a good stop loss, though, please. Alrighty. Again, we look good. Just make sure you have a good stop loss. Alrighty. Please and thank you. Have a good stop loss. These candles are aggressive in this area. Aggressive. Yeah. Raven, congratulations. That was nice. Yeah, I think you had a little bit of resistance there anyways, and you have the stalling too, so look at that. Raven sells and the stock goes down, to the abyss. Anyways, I don't want to say anything. I'm not gonna say anything. AHMA, look at that beauty, guys. Look at that beauty. Nice comeback. It's a really nice comeback. Yeah. Nomad. What do you mean? Like you're trying to decide which one to go with? I mean, this morning we liked UGRO a lot better. right? But then also it ran all the way to resistance. So now I think it's in a bit of a weird spot to decide, right? So whereas MGRX was at the highs and had to sell off and then found some support around 33. So um, yeah, I still feel like I like UGRO more than MGRX though. So yeah, that doesn't work like that though, right? Nomad, it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. That MGRX has better news and it's cheaper. Cheaper doesn't mean good, right? So MGRX, if it can stay above that 33 cents, it's fine, right? If it can stay above that 33 cents, it's okay. So if you like it, just make sure it stays above that level, right? And then UGRO still looks completely okay to me as well. Yeah, yeah. So it's not about like looking at which stock is cheaper and which one has the better news, right? It's about the price action in combination with the news. So yeah. I know, right? Raven only sold half the position and the stock went to the abyss. Can you imagine? Everybody's panicking to sell it. Yeah. Matt? Yeah, exactly. It's just a difficult level. It's just a hard level because resistance isn't that far away. So people are wanting to take profits on UGRO, right? So that's the downside here. Let's see if we can stay above that 50 steel or just stay above that 375 and then curl back up though, right? Because it looks like it's still fighting here, which is good. MGRX is also fighting, right? So that's also good. So yeah, and look at this, right? Isn't it interesting that every stock we're playing with today almost is bouncing off a golden pocket? Isn't that interesting, guys? Right? Isn't that interesting that almost every stock we're playing with today is bouncing off a golden pocket? So, for example, look at this one, right? GMEX off a golden pocket, MGRX holding that golden pocket there. AHMA came back to the golden pocket and popped back almost to the highs, right? TOVX off the golden pocket. Huh? Interesting. Interesting, huh? Sometimes the tools you get can help you out, right? So you add your knowledge, your tools, your this, your that, every little thing, right? Helps you make that decision. Makes your life a little bit easier. Don't grow. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. You know what? Wow. Unbelievable. I want to see this thing break out first, Rob. I want to see boom skis. I want to see boom skis. Come on. Show me the boom skis. Come on. Give us the boom skis. Okay, here comes that $4 break again. Again, $4 hasn't really been a problem, right? It's the closer to 420, 430 that's been the problem on this thing here. So let's see. Again, MGRX is slowly curling off the bottom here, which is good. So that VWAP is acting as resistance though. So 3550-ish. If you can break through that level, then you might have the 35 to 36, right? That entire range. If it can break through, then good. For now, it's still finding a lot of resistance up there. Cool. And looks like WNW is slowly curling back up here again, which is also good. So Raven sold half the position, it dipped, and now it's curling back up. Yeah. He just woke up. Cam, you must have had an interesting weekend then. Let's go. Let's go. Love it. There we go. And okay, ELPW. Yeah, so rejection on this thing here. So UGRO is coming back down to retest the that breakout level again. Alrighty. So again, I still like the way that the stock is moving just because it is holding that bottom range we broke out from. It's using it as support, right? But I think we need to leave this bottom side and start pushing for the upside here at some point. So um the anytime it gets closer to that 375, that level is being used as support, which is good. Uh Wrinkle. Yeah. There was a plane crash too. In the a Canadian plane crash in the States. Craziness. Crazy times we're living in. Well, not really a crash. I don't think it was a crash, but not like one of those, where like, everybody still very sad though. Yeah, on the runway. Yeah, crazy, huh? Uh yeah, let me just search Air Canada. That should be the one. Yeah, like it's weird. I'm just looking for images. Oh yeah, so the two pilots ended up dying. Like, yeah, so the two pilots. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, seriously. When they were landing, yeah, 40 injured. No, okay. It said it. Yeah, it says the two. Like honestly, I would think too though, like because you look at that, like the front of the plane is kind of gone. Winterfell. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So the front of the plane is like, yeah, very unfortunate. Yeah, I know, right? Wrinkled, so close. Yeah, very sad. Yeah, someone said they heard the recording, and so like there was a fire truck that was led on the runway, um, but then the plane was also like coming through, uh, but then like air traffic control said the truck could go, and then last second they tried stopping the truck, but it was already too late. So seems like just miscommunication there between the truck and the air traffic control maybe. Yeah, very sad. Uh, MGRX has done a really good job holding up the bottom there, right? Really good job. And it looks like you're still seeing a lot of selling pressure coming through on UGRO here now. So we're breaking below that 375. Alrighty. So depending on where this candle closes, you're probably looking for that next support that we talked about earlier this morning, closer to the 340s. But again, this was obvious, right? We said this earlier. Like, if you're going to decide to buy the stock at this price, you're just asking for trouble. You just don't like nice things, right? So most times I prefer that you buy the stock after. Like, I'm okay with you buying it higher than you trying to predict what's going to happen. Like sometimes when people tell me, "Oh, I thought it was going to break out," like you're not allowed to thought. You're not allowed to think, right? Your job is to make decisions after information, not to make decisions hoping that information comes through. Yeah. What you mean about like the deal in 5 days? Now, honestly, someone's lying. We don't know who's lying. It might be Trump. It might be Iran. Trump says deal in 5 days or sooner with Iran. So the markets are pumping. But then again, the whole time Iran has been saying they haven't had any communication with Trump. So someone's definitely lying. And someone's getting rich. We know who's getting rich. We don't know who's lying. So yeah, anyways, yeah, this was really nice. So you're retesting the double tops again here on AHMA. So it looks like it's going to destroy that level though. I'm not saying anything, Tim. I'm just saying we know who's getting rich. We don't know who's lying though. So yeah, just be mindful here with the EHMA has a really nice comeback. Really, really nice comeback there. Really, really nice. Yeah, exactly, Matt. We know who's getting rich, but we're not saying anything. Uh, yeah, spring break stuff, Rob. Someone's lying, and I'm here for it. Yeah, like it's causing chaos, causing opportunities. People are making monies. If you're buying nice dips, you're happy about it. So again, we have something happening every year around this time. So you know, it's not really a surprise. Really, Mark? That happened? This happened? A man with a really? What the hell? How? Yeah, it's crazy. Let only a wow, Dad. That's amazing. Let's go. 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 Yeah, GMEX. GMEX. Like again, like the thing looks okay. I like that it's holding $1, right? So I'm sure this one will maybe move again at some point. So that's why we're still keeping an eye on it. But yeah, so again, closing below the 375 on this, then you're looking for a retest, closer to 340s for UGRO, right? You bought it at this level, Joshua? Okay, yeah. So again, keep watching the 33 area for your support. Rumteen says, question: if I have an open position, will you always sell it when the market opens? If not, will you add stop loss right after the market opens, or wait a minute? So it really depends. It really really depends. But again, your goal, you always have to go back to the reason why you're doing this, right? I want to say monies, but really to protect the money you have, right? Capital preservation. So regardless of what you do, right? So you should always be putting that stop loss after we open anyways, rather than waiting a minute, because that thing could drop and not come back. But also I say it depends, because if a stock is pumping at the open, like if it's pumping at the open and you have no reason to sell it, wait a second, right? Give it a second, chase it up with a stop loss. If it's showing weakness, right, sell it right away, right? If it's been pumping all pre-market and we're getting to the open and other people are going to consider taking profit, sell some of it, right? So it really, really depends, right? But at the very least, though, you're putting a stop loss, so you're protecting your monies. Alrighty. Yep. Exactly, Matt. So protect what you have already before you start hoping for more, right? So at the very least, you want to say, hey, okay, here's my stop loss. Let's go, Virus. Good morning, Virus. How are you? Yeah, yeah, exactly, Dan, exactly. So funny enough, again, Rumteen, your question comes up, and a lot of risk management responses in the chat, right? So you want to manage that risk, alrighty, more than anything else. So we can always hope that we keep running at the open, but I think you want to protect your monies. So it looks like UGRO is holding the 200 EMA here, which is good. So off 350. Let's see if we can stay above that. MGRX is still holding the golden pocket, which is also good. And then we need some candles for AHMA closing above that $8 area and just consolidate for confirmation of a bigger push, right? So, but nice run on that thing though. Really, really nice run. Really, really, really nice run. So that is good to see. Very, very good to see. Very, very good to see. Let's see. Uh, uh, 1 second. Okay, perfect. I just had to upload something on stream here. Yeah, there it goes, Raven. There it goes. So give us 20 cents, Raven, and then 20 cents to $2. Get about 20 cents first. So again, UGRO is holding off really nicely above the 200 EMA. Yeah, and so nice retest of that 200 EMA. So that's really good. See if we can reclaim the VWAP. I think again, like I don't mind MGRX. Right. The only issue is that it's on a downtrend range, so it's just consolidating here, which isn't bad. Does need to break out though. All right, it really needs to break out there. So and then we can go. Yeah, skiing was fun this weekend though, right? Like look at this. Look at the views on like the mountains. Like it was an amazing trip for the most part, right? It was fun. Yeah, the weather was nice. It was snowing, so like it was perfect. The sun was out for a little bit and then it got cold. Um yeah. But then the higher we went, the colder it got and the windier it got. So it was yeah, it's amazing like the contrast, like on top of the mountains, like your fingers are freezing and like it's windy. Um, yeah, you see those toddlers? Yeah, no, the yeah, yeah, the view was really nice. It was really nice. It was a fun trip. Yeah, snowboarding in the worst winter season though. Yeah, you ready for next season? Yeah, it was really nice. Yeah, so then like we were skiing for hours, right? We were skiing for hours like in the the trails, right? Like all the nice parts, right? All like the really nice areas. Let me tell you guys a story. As you grow, get slowly curling back up, yeah, because you grow like stories. So like we're skiing, it's been a fun morning. We're skiing for hours, like we're all the different trails, blah 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 blah. It's a lot of fun. And then we decide to take like multiple lifts and go like all the way to the top, where you have to hike a little bit and and this is a pathway like not everybody goes to, right? We're like, you know what, feeling good, let's go to this path, right? The problem with this path is it's like a mini like avalanche thing, like the like the like it's almost like the snow is like so strong that it's like rocks, right? So I'm like, okay, well, we're here already, so we have to go down. So then I'm going down the rocks. It likes stories, Kirsten. It's doing good because of the stories, but it does need to break the VWAP. So then we're going down this, right? And I'm like, okay, dang, this is really hard. Like it's not exactly the easiest, right? So let me go over to the path where like the snow. The problem with the snow now though is like it's so deep. So when you go into this like over to the snow, like you're going straight and then like your skis or like whatever like it gets stuck or like you can sink down, right? So let me show you this video, okay? Like this is how like my life almost ended this weekend. You think I'm kidding? I thought I was dead. Like I thought my life was finished. That's how. Anyways, I don't know which video this is actually. Did I get the wrong video? Hmm. Let me try playing the video. See if this is the right video. Yeah. So you can kind of see the view, right? So that's the right video. So the views are really nice. Everything is going according to plan, right? Right? And then this happens. Okay, look at this.
Go. Yeah, good.
I don't
Yeah,
know why I'm recording, right? I don't know why I'm recording, but
yeah, go.
the other dude keeps saying,
Woo! Oh, it's like rocks. It's like rocks.
so then
Woo! Wow. And this is smooth.
okay, so that happened. That's like, this is where I'm like, okay, I'm dead. I'm like, oh my days, I'm finished. I'm done. I'm stuck under the snow. This is where I'm like, oh my days, what have I done? Keep in mind, there's a little backstory to this, right? Before we went skiing, I've watched videos of people getting stuck on the snow, and like they're there for like 3 minutes, and people are having to pull them out. I'm like, oh my days, can I hold my breath for 3 minutes? Can I last that long? I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm finished. I watched those videos, I came to the mountain, and now it happened to me. I'm like, you know what? It was fun while it lasted, right? So like I'm going, and then I just like my skis just sink, and then my face goes into the snow. Like now my head is under the snow, and for those 3 seconds, they felt like 3 minutes. So then I pull my head out of the snow, right? Obviously I was recording, you can see, right? So then like my phone is lost. I'm like, how the hell am I gonna find my phone in this, right? I'm like, okay, well, that's gone. So then like I wasn't happy about the whole thing. So like my head is under the snow, my phone's gone, my skis are off. I felt like my ankles were broken. I'm like, oh my goodness, what a day. Like this was so fun. Now this is not fun anymore. So then I'm like, okay, well, how are we gonna find my phone? So like we're digging, right? We're digging and digging and digging. Like this lasted like 13 minutes. We're digging and digging and digging. And then like I'm like, there's no way I'm gonna find my phone because like the snow is so deep and it's so light, right? So then like we've been digging for 10 minutes, and then I'm like, okay, you know what? Maybe if I say like, Siri, maybe if I start saying, like, hey, with the words, I don't want to say the words because things are gonna activate. So then I'm like, okay, maybe if I say those words, right? Maybe it's gonna make the sound. So then I'm yelling the damn thing, like, hey, something something Siri, and like and nothing. And then eventually, right? Eventually,
Why am I even recording on this run now? Why? 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 Look, it's right there. Where? There.
so like that's the end of the video, right? So the funny thing is like I think I cut it to the end of the video, so it should come up so we can move on from this story. Yeah.
Something like this.
So then I'm yelling like, hey,
Yeah.
say something. And so when I pull up the recording and I go back to the end, you can hear me yelling, hey Siri, and the damn thing is listening to me and not saying anything. She's like, yup, this is what you get. Now I'm cold, you're cold, and now I'm lost. I'm not gonna respond to you, you know? And then eventually, I mean that video is too long, probably. So I'm just gonna, yeah. But you get the idea. Yeah. Yeah. This is a nice bounce though on MGRX. Kirsten, did you get into this one? Hopefully you did. On this side of the world. Yeah, the views were me. Oh my days, virus. Yeah, this is a really nice bounce. So the high of the day on this thing is that 39.40 cent area. So it looks like you're oof, damn. MGRX. Sheesh. That thing said, don't you ever doubt me again. Don't you ever doubt me again. Don't you ever doubt me again. That's a really nice breakout. Type yes in the chat if you're holding a MGRX. Yeah, that's a very nice pop. 1 foot. He was buried. Unbelievable. Yeah. No, overall though is good. Is let's go. Just keep in mind though, you're testing that resistance at 40 cents, right? So yeah, you're in at 34 Rumteen. Okay, nice. Yeah, just keep in mind your that 40 cents is a bit of a problem. If it can close above it, cool. But yeah, that might be a good level to be scaling out of the position, right? So and then if it can close out, then obviously continuation. So but again, nice consolidation of the bottom, right? And then the volume finally came through. Maybe the volume left from UGRO to the other one, but UGRO is also still holding the demand and the 200 EMA. I think UGRO now needs to also break out of the almost like the reverse roles. You know, one was consolidating, now this one's consolidating. Did you sell more of this, Raven? I think Raven sold more of this. Good job, Rumteen. Yeah, that was very nice. AHMA is pushing back again for that $8 resistance though, so it's looking a bit more like a cup and handle. So if we can clear that $8, maybe it's gonna say goodbye. Goodbye. Yeah. Be safe on the slopes. I know, CM. I know. It was safe until we decided to go to to a path where, people obviously weren't going there for a reason. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. It was good though. I'm grateful. And yeah. And then we were driving back and there was a bad accident on the road. Yeah. There's some scary stuff. It's crazy how life is, though, isn't it? Crazy, crazy. So push above $8 here for AHMA. uh, unbelievable. AHMA. Yeah, the only fans. If you guys missed it, it's sad when anybody, the OnlyFans owner died at 43 following a secret cancer battle. Oh wow, that's crazy, crazy, crazy. Yep. Yeah, yeah. That came out. That came out a few hours ago. Free shares now, Raven. Okay, excellent, excellent. That's how you do it. Rather than sitting here and saying, "Oh yeah, I want to see $2. I want to see 20 cents." Uh, because if you held that entire position now, Raven, and it's slowly pushing back down there, right? Then then you're basically losing your gains for no reason, right? So yeah. That's basically what Virus said this morning, Peter. Yep. Okay, so this is more of a retest of that breakout spot. So 37-ish resistance for MGRX. UGRO is having a bit of a difficult time at the VWAP now, isn't it? Like it's just having such a hard time like reclaiming the VWAP. So until it does and breaks the 50 and the downtrend, it has a lot of work to do. A lot of work to do. Yeah, bring it back to bring it back down. Yeah, no, like I said, we'll do a giveaway at some point today, guys. Maybe in the next 30 minutes or so. We'll do a giveaway. Alrighty, or we can start the giveaway. Is it halted by Nasdaq? Yeah, it's because they've done so many splits. I think that's always the scary thing. Like it's different when it's a name, like when it's a new name that we don't know, like and the float is low. It's a recent split, like that. I'm fully interested in. Sometimes the history of a stock always the history of a stock matters, right? Like Mullen, right? Mullen can do a million splits. We don't care. We don't really care, right? Because we know what that thing's done in the past. Same thing with a rep. When you keep doing splits like that and keep crashing, people are going to be very skeptical, and eventually the exchange is going to say, "Hey, what's going on here? Why are you doing two splits every year? Like, is this just a thing for you, or is your business how to split stocks?" Because that's what it looks like. That is what it looks like. So MGRX came back down to retest, and it's still holding really nicely. So let's see if we can get back above 40 cents. Alrighty. So number one and number two have done well this morning. MGRX and UGRO, number one and number two stocks, and a whole bunch of others, obviously. But yeah, yeah, VCX has been a nice stock. You can thank Sid for that, for owning the float, owning the float. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, did you buy it though? Hmm. Mhm. Mhm. Okay, perfect. Uh, Thank you, the one. Thank you. Is this your first time here? Your name? Yeah. Is this your first time? RDGT is halted up. Not sure why it's halted up though, because the volume isn't anything crazy. Hmm. Yeah, it looks like it's a China stock. Uh, China. RDGT. Is it actually halted up or it's halted down? I think the bot's messing up with some of those alerts because that thing isn't halted up. It was initially, but not anymore. Anyways, I still like the way that MGRX is holding that retest area, but we need some new breakouts though. Ayo Sean, late to the party, so watching and learning. Okay, sounds good. Sounds good. Yeah, let me look at the rep. I know we talked about this one last week. Um, yeah, we'll see. Maybe they just unhaul the thing at some point. Who knows? Maybe they will unhalt it at some point, based on the information they get from the company, right? So who knows? Really, nothing we can do. Right? But I think after that, you can already tell that it's super fishy, and you want to be careful, right? So MGRX is looking. Yeah, that was a really good retest of the bottom, right? So breakout, retest the level, and then push back up. That's the best you can ask for. Especially when you miss a run, right? When you miss a run, you're like, okay, please come back and retest. The like the breakout spot at the very least. ZYBT is looking okay too for anybody that's watching that. ZYBT. Can we get about 40 cents here though for MGRX? You know what's funny though is I think if we really, if I ask anybody that is that's kind of involved in the markets about like what's going on with the war and how the markets are reacting, I think we would all come to the same conclusion that like the markets are, but nothing new, right? The markets are just manipulated, right? So, but it's again, it's nothing new. The way some of these names and like the market moves to like some of these headlines, someone's in control, and they definitely have fun with it. Let's go, Stephanie. Come on, give me a high five. I'm learning with you 2 weeks. I lost nothing and made 32%. Thank you all. Let's go. Stephanie, give yourself a high five. Alrighty. Good job. Congratulations, congratulations. Love that. And then when you're ready, come join us in Discord. Alrighty? And then you're gonna learn so much more. So much more. So much more. That 40 cents is like, nope, rejection, 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 rejection. You might sell it, Joshua. I mean, if we're stalling on 40 cents here and you feel like you want to take some of the profits, right? That's a pretty good spot to at least sell half of it if you want to. Like if you're thinking about it, then it might be right? You can tell a lot of people are taking profits already anyways. You're not the only one doing it. A lot of people are doing it, right? That's why we're not breaking out. But yeah, so 40 cents is a problem. So people are taking profits right below. And look at that. It's slowly dipping back down, right? So you're not the only one thinking about it. You're not the only one doing it if you do. But it doesn't look like it's dead though. That's the thing, right? So hoping for a higher low and then a breakout. So that's why we say scale out, because you can sell some and then if it breaks out, you still have some, right? Or simply just put a stop loss somewhere and either way, you're going to walk away with profits. Okay. TOVX. TOVX is just chilling in the golden pocket and failing at the downtrend for now. So it's not really doing much. Nomad. But you do have support at the 2160, 21 cents. So if you play with it, stay above 21 cents and you should be okay. So bad that because he has something brewing coming tonight, a couple of days. I think the opposite, Ryan. I think the complete opposite. I think the complete opposite, honestly, right? I think the complete opposite. I think they're trying to, in the face of it, they're trying to make it seem like they're wanting to bring energy prices down, but really they're not doing it. And it's going up. And guess who's one of the biggest exporters of oil? The US, right? So they're making monies, right? Making monies. So yeah. Let's go. Shortcakes. See what happens when you invest in yourself, see what happens, right? You get the right education, you get the right tool, the right community, right? You start to bring all these things together and you're like, wait, maybe this isn't a gamble after all. Maybe it is a gamble, but I can make it work in my favor. Maybe just maybe I don't have to, always be guessing like 50-50, maybe, right? Right? So good job. Yeah. Every time MGRX pushes to 39, 39.50, someone dumps and it comes back down. Right? Look at that. Look at that slap. Right. So that's why again it's important to scale out, but it also looks like it's just going back and forth for now. So there are no reasons to say that it's dead, So it looks fine. UGRO is doing almost kind of doing the same thing. It's holding the bottom really nicely, right? So if it can stay earlier we talked about the 340s, but now it's holding the 350s really nicely, so that's good. Right? Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Right? Absolutely. Congratulations. Love it. Yeah, look at that. Like that thing went from 37 back to 39 and then back to 38. So it's just going back and forth here. So it's going to be 50-50 here if it dies or pops back up, right? But again, it's important when you see resistance and it's obvious, think about scaling out or move your stop losses up, right? Don't just sit there, because if it doesn't break, all of a sudden now you're like, I just wasted my time. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Why? Right? So I am non muted, Raven. Did your wife turn the volume down? Did you go to the bathroom and come back? And then your wife is like, turn off this rubbish. Turn off this rubbish. Mm-mm-mm. She said, turn off this rubbish, please. Ah. Hey, good morning, Maman. Yep. Yeah. It says halted down for some reason, Kristen. Tell another story. Maybe MGRX will break out. I don't know if I have any other stories. I don't know. We do need something to break out though. They're just teasing us for now. Teasing us. GMEX is obviously back to sitting at the golden pocket again at $1. So um, this one just hasn't had enough volume this morning to go boom skis. But maybe if it can stay above this $1, something else might, Red, they're working on that. It's not available yet. They're working on it. So for now, they have. If you go on their website, they have videos explaining everything, like how to get the software and use. And Rob's gonna make a video as well. Alrighty. So for now, they have it. They explained it on their site. The one time at Bandcamp. Yeah. The one time. Okay, let me look for these. Copy. It happens on its own, right? Based on fib data, it happens on its own, which is why it's good, right? So you don't fidget and play with it and move it and whatnot. So yeah. So if you have the algo, it should show up on its own, as long as you turn it on. So you have to make sure that it's updated, um, right? You have to make sure that it's updated and then you turn it on as well. Yeah, AIFF. Yeah, so you have to make sure that you turn it on already, if that's what you're asking. So basically, double click on any of the algo features, right? So double click on like the algo bar. So if you double click on that, the settings box is gonna come up. Scroll all the way down to the bottom, right? And you're gonna see right there the box that says show Fibonacci levels. Turn that on, alrighty. Once you do, you should have it. Yeah, not a bad looking chart, is it? AIFF. Again, nothing crazy in terms of like gains post market, right? But that's a nice looking chart. Yeah. Yeah. Finding some gems. Let's go, Alex. Good job. Good job. Good job. Yeah. Are you still in it, or you took your profits already? Yeah. No, this has been good. Yeah. Again, another stock, right? Another random stock that's retested the golden pocket, right? Look at that. You got it. Okay. Perfect. Yeah. So look at that, right? Another pump retest of the golden pocket and a bounce, right? So that golden pocket has been a really nice addition to the algo, right? Really, really nice addition. How many stocks have we looked at today that are like, hey, that's a nice retest? Again, it doesn't always work, right? Like there's not a tool that you're gonna find that's 100% accurate. It's just not possible, right? So you don't want to go in with that mindset that, oh, okay, anytime I see, no, it doesn't always work like that, right? But right, if we combine, the names we like, top performing names with the volume, the this, the community, the other things, the other education, blah blah blah, you're like, hey, I already have this name on my watch list, and it's also hitting a golden pocket score. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work, right? So if I have five names, and five of them are bouncing off the golden pocket, that's amazing, right? Okay, maybe one, every so often one doesn't work. Take a small loss. Don't sit there and pray, right? Because you know what's supposed to happen, and when that's not happening, get the hell out of there. Cool. So again, if you took your profits on MGRX, Rumteen, congratulations, good job, right? 40 cents. We know it's a problem. Don't just sit there and pray, right? Scale out and move your stop loss. If not, well, we're coming back down again, right? So, and it looks like UGRO is getting cooked as well, right? So that VWAP became such a solid resistance that it wasn't breaking through, and they slapped it, right? And the golden pocket in this one is a little bit lower. Yeah, that was nice. Very, very nice. I'm not looking. I'm not looking. Not today. Not today. Uh, okay, perfect. It looks like AHMA is also halted down. So some of these names are getting slapped right now. Slapped. Right? Look at that. AIFF. Why did everything get slapped at the same time? What happened? What happened? Huh? Is Baron somebody, somebody name starting with a T? They up to something again? Yeah. Dan? Yeah. What did Trump do? No, we're just joking though. If Trump said something, it would more also be affecting the large cap stocks rather than these momentum stocks, right? The large cap stocks, they're fine. So, hoping for some pre after a dip. Okay, sounds good. Yeah, no, UGRO got rejected there. So maybe we talked about the golden pocket so much. So like, hey, why not just come back down and retest the golden pocket? Why not? Dang, this one really got beat down. WNW, right? So when you see resistance, guys, and your goal with trading, right, is to make monies, yes, but right after that is to protect the monies you have. So yeah, when you see profits, yeah, you're making monies, right? So protect it. So yeah, MGRX. Yeah, it looks like it's just retesting the area that it consolidated at the first time. Yeah, that stock has been really good. Right, like I said earlier, you can thank Sid for that because she owns 90% of the float of this one. Right, that's crazy. We maybe need to look into stuff like this more. So Sid is a member in Discord, and she got into like how you can invest in like private companies when they're about to go, for the IPO, right? She did something like that, and she got an average of $19 for this. $19, and now it's 150. Crazy, huh? I mean, you do have to do a lot of research and whatnot. So maybe ask Sid the next time she's going into something like this, right? But then you get locked down for 6 months, right? The problem is, okay, in 6 months, is it still gonna be at $150, or is it gonna be at $2? What do you guys think? Are we gonna be closer to 19 or closer to 150 in 6 months? Right? That's the problem with that, right? It's like you can't sell this thing for 6 months. Yeah. Right? So for example, let's look at WeShop, right? You guys remember WeShop? WeShop was another one of those, right? Look at this. This stock hasn't been around. Like, that's the problem. Yeah, yeah, chance. right? Look at this. So these guys IPO'd not that long ago, right? It hasn't been 6 months yet. Actually, has it? End of last year. Yeah, close, very close now. But again, the people that got into this before the IPO, right? Like that had they had that 6 month lockup. The stock opened at 20. Now you guys know the rest of the story, right? It opened at 20. It went to $300, right? Can you imagine looking at your account? You're like, okay, I got in at $5. I got in at 10. I got in at 20. It opened at 20. It went to $300. I'm happy, but I can't sell for 6 months. When I can finally sell, it's at $7.60. That would piss you off, because you've already thought of like the Lambos you could buy. You think of all the nice things. Yeah, yeah, it really is a crackhead stock. And then when you can finally sell, you're like, oh damn. So the people that FOMOed after the IPO did better than me. Sheesh. Pray? Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yep, exactly, Kevin. Exactly. So yeah, it's almost always better to just play with this on the open market. Like we've said this so many times. Even if you bought one share on this, like at least you made $200, or not $200, but you made something, right? So sometimes that's better than the stress of. Yeah, it came all the way down to the golden pocket. So this level is going to be really interesting now for UGRO, right? It's going to be very very interesting. It's going to be very interesting. Yeah, yeah. So the 200 and the golden pocket, Kirsten. The 200 and the golden pocket. Uh, okay. Uh, Virus. Let me take a look. Let me take a look. Oh, interesting. Yeah, that's a good idea, Virus. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's a good idea. Voice messaging. Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah. Um. Yeah. Like I had a Garmin watch on, so I don't know. I don't know if that. Um. Yeah. Kind of similar, but not the same. Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. Yep. That thing keeps halting. PTLE. This one's also pushing for brand new highs. VCX. Uh, PTLE. Yeah. This is the type of stuff, honestly, Kirsten, looks nice, but it's also very difficult, to FOMO into. While you're dying, seriously. Seriously, Peter. The phone was doing nothing, the watch was doing nothing. Yeah. Yeah, so it's halted up at 11:33. So when you're looking at UGRO, the UGRO kind of needs to start consolidating and curling just for confirmation. So the fact that it's at the golden pocket doesn't confirm anything. It needs to actually, start consolidating and curling, and then okay, cool. Yeah, but you can tell that it's trying though. Like it's trying to turn around. There's like a baby green candle in there. Yeah, there's like a baby green candle trying to come back around. Let's go, Kevin. Yeah. Let's go, Kevin. Let's go. Yeah, welcome back. Nice. Perfect. Welcome back. Welcome back. Yeah. Kevin is a member. Just TOVX is doing a good job though with that 21 area. So MGRX is also retesting the golden pocket again. And UGRO is fighting for its life here. It's like, hey guys, I'm in the golden area. This is my golden era. I'm trying to come back. So welcome. Just kidding. Just kidding. GMEX is still holding $1 for anybody that's wondering, right? Like it's actually done a good job at the $1 spot. So, like I said earlier, this one really hasn't had enough volume to do anything crazy. But at the same time, like at the very least, it's been holding up the bottoms here. So I don't know if that volume will come in at some point later on today. No, that's okay, Kevin. That's okay. That's okay. Yeah, no, that's okay. Welcome back. GMEX. Yeah, let's see. Peter's in jail. He's stuck. Yeah, I wish this thing had a bit more volume. I think it would have been a lot of fun. But for now, it still looks fine because of that $1 support. Yeah. 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 Yeah, someday they'll like we're it's just a matter of time. Someday we're just gonna do these streams in Discord only. Um you know, someday we're just only gonna do these streams in Discord and just go from there. Promise. Promise? Pinky promise. Here we go. Ooh, okay. GMEX is like, hey, I have some juice. You like me? Okay. Again, I wish it had a bit more volume because even on that pop, it's still pretty weak. Yeah. uh, how do we not have that already, Peter? How? Let's see. So it looks like PTLE unhalted, and it looks like it's about to be halted down now. So 1069. Yeah. So 1250 and then halted down. It was a nice pop though. Yeah, it's just a pretty suspicious yeah, price action on that is pretty suspicious. Let's go, Kevin. Absolutely, absolutely. Sounds good. Yeah, don't forget to smash a like, guys, if you haven't already, please. Take a second, smash a like, hit that subscribe if you're new. Uh, you didn't listen, I know. Yes. So yeah, smash a like if you haven't already. Hit that subscribe if you're new. And if you're not a member yet and you want to join us in Discord, click the link at the bottom of the chat there from Nightbot already, and come join us. Cool. Cool. No, I'm not looking in Hangout. No way. You guys bullied me on Friday. I'm not going back there. Not going back. BIAF looks good too. BIAF. That looks good actually. Yeah, that was a good breakout. It's gaining a lot more volume now on on the last two candles than it had, but yeah, that's a nice little pop. I think it's halted. UGRO is doing an okay job though, trying to hold that golden pocket there. So at the very least, if you got in that golden pocket, you're green in that position. So that's a start. Yeah. Look at that. Look at that, Mario. Look at this, guys. Look at this. Right? Look at this. Look at this. Are we the best community or what, Mario? Look at that, right? You know, tools that pay for themselves, education that pays for itself, right? We're not just sitting here and gambling, are we, Mario? You know, this is not the casino. Let's go. Look at that, $500, and you know that's more than a lot of people make in a single day. And now you can enjoy the time freedom, enjoy your day. You know, I know you're not. Why? Because you're a criminal. Good job, Mario. Well done. $4.13. BIF. Yeah. The Strait of Hormuz will be jointly controlled by. Okay. Honestly, I think the best thing to do with that stuff, Dara, is just to ignore. Just yeah. Just to ignore. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Ah, my moose needs a little straightening. Ah. Good job, Alex. Good job. Yeah, keep calling those out already. Yeah, keep calling them out. Give me a high five, Alex. Well done. Let's go. Keep bringing the monies. Love it. Teamwork makes the dream work. You know, when you call it out for other people, right? It's just as good as making a lot of monies like you did. So good job. Feels better to win together. Win together. You just took a 49% on a BIAF, Stephanie. Good job. Well done. As like you're taking gains, right? Not as you're jumping in now, right? Yeah, GMEX definitely still looks a bit promising. I wish this thing had a bit more volume though. That supply zone again. The supply zones like this because we've had like price action in this range. You can always get rid of that though. Like if you change the yeah, demand and supply zone settings to closing or wicks and stuff like that, you can always change that. So you don't have that entire supply zone. Yeah. Alrighty. uh, yeah. UGRO is still fighting off the bottom here, which is good to see. It's really fighting, really fighting. I wish TOVX would break above the 200 EMA, but yeah, for some reason the weakness on that is again, this is one of those stocks where like you buy one share, and you fix the FOMO, you know. 166. Don't forget to smash the like, guys, and then we'll do a giveaway as let's see, let's pick a number. We'll do a giveaway at 200 likes. Deal? Deal. Okay, we'll do a giveaway at 200 likes. Yeah. Okay, we'll do a giveaway. But actually, I'll start the giveaway, and then before we do that, though, let's talk about who's doing this giveaway. So we have a new partner, right? PropShop. I'll pull up the website so we can talk about it a little bit. Alrighty. So if you guys are again, if you're not sure what a prop firm is, it's loading. I just want to go to the homepage. Okay, so the discount on the website is 45% off. I think we have 60% off with the code HTX. Right, so again you can kind of see like the at the beginning of their page, they're asking you like, why would you risk your own money to trade stocks or futures, right? So this really works well for people that have smaller accounts, or you just want another account that doesn't deal with PDT, because again, a prop firm, when you're trading stocks and or futures, right, you don't have to deal with the PDT. You can also swing without having any issues, right? So what a prop firm is, it's so you're basically using someone else's money, right? So you have to pay for that account though, right? So let's say the account is worth it's $100 or $200, right? So you have to go through an evaluation process. They have to see that you can actually make money, right? So let's say they give you $5,000, or let's say they give you $25,000. The accounts go like in 25K account, a 50K account, a 100K account, right? Obviously, the bigger the account, the more expensive it is. Let's say you get a $25,000 account, you have to pay, however much it costs, right? Then the goal is, if you can make, $1,500 on that 25K, then you've passed the account, and now they give you the real account to play with. And now everything you make after that, you split it with them, 80-20, right? So you keep 80% of the monies, and they keep 20%, right? The cool thing with this one too, though, is that when you pass this account, there's a signing bonus of like $5,000. I think it's split into half. Half is it comes to you as a check, and then the other half, is in your account with them, right? So again, you can also trade futures. Like if you notice, Dan talks about futures all the time. Rob talks about futures, right? So that's what for the most part, most people use a prop firm to trade futures, so they're not risking their own money, right? Let me know if you have any questions, right? So again, you can kind of see the steps here, right? So you have to go through the eval process, right? If you can pass, if you blow the account, guess what? You've only lost like the fee that it cost you to get the account, and then you have to reset it, right? So you have to go back to square one. So if the goal is to make $2,000, if you lose $1,300, you also blow the account and you start from scratch. So like, hey, okay, that's it, that's enough. You've lost enough monies, right? Goodbye, right? So again, the eval, and then you get the real accounts, and then you get the signing bonus, and then again you can slow long-term growth, right? So again, there's the 80-20 split, right? So there it is. So again, you receive the signing bonus, right, tied to the account size, right? You get an 80-20 split, right, for the gains you make after that, right? And then there are no caps on payouts. If you blow the account, you're just, yeah, exactly. So if you look at like the signing bonus, which I think is cool, right? So if I click on this, look at the signing bonus is quite nice, isn't it? I think they've removed some of the things on here, but because the 100K account is a lot bigger, right? So yeah, so the 25K account for stock, the signing bonus is $5,000 or more, right? 50K, right? $11,000. I think that's pretty nice. That is pretty nice, isn't it? Right. So yeah, very, very cool. Let me know if you have any questions. So these guys have given us a few accounts to give away. So we're gonna give those accounts away, right? So we'll do one today. Alrighty. Again, like I said, you can trade stocks with this. You can trade futures, right? Whatever you want to do, right? Again, there's some benchmarks. There's some things that are important, right? That you should look into before you do this. Alrighty. Yeah, there's some rules you need to, like reset, benchmark reset, drawdown reset. There are a few things that you want to be, looking into before you do it. Already, I think the biggest concern, and I brought this up with them, is that they're still working on a site that's compatible with TradingView, so you can just trade on TradingViews. Now you have to use a different, like the software which is called, Tick Blaze or something, right? Um, so I think that's the only the only downside for me. If you want to do more research on this, all right. If you want to do more research, yeah, there you go, Brad. Right. So Brad is using it, right? So Brad's using it, which is cool, um, which is very, 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 very nice. Brad, let us know how you do today, right? But yeah, so if this is something that you're interested in, I'll post a link in the chat so you can do a bit more research. Alrighty. So there's the link. The link is just loading here. So you can click on this link if you want to sign up. You can click on that link, use the link for research. You can sign up if you want to. Just that link will also give you a discount. Or if it asks you for a code, just put in HTX. Right, that code should give you a nice discount. Ready? Cool. Again, let me know if you have any questions, and then we'll do that giveaway. So I'm gonna do. So for this giveaway, I'm just letting the bot slowly catch up here. We're gonna do a members only giveaway. Peter, did you get a new computer yet? Uh, Kimbella? Yeah, yeah. Yes, yes, yes. So again, click that link at the bottom of the chat. Not yet. Okay. Yeah, Peter's getting a computer that's not an Apple computer to get it. Okay. I think it's taking its lovely time to load. Lovely, lovely time. Continue. Okay. So we're gonna let this giveaway run for 10 minutes. Alrighty. So we're gonna let it run for 10 minutes, and then we'll pick a winner. So the hashtag for the hashtag for the giveaway will be. I'm just gonna post it in the chat so you guys can see it. It's loading. So that's the hashtag in the chat. So PropShop, which is the name of the firm. Fall on ice on snow. That's not funny. Then it's not funny. Yeah. So this is a members only giveaway, right? So mods, members, same. Alrighty. So we'll let that giveaway run. So if you spam that hashtag prop shop, your name's gonna be in the giveaway for a winner. Alrighty. Cool. 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 Let's go. Love it. Love it. Uh, So we'll let that run for 10 minutes and then we'll pick a winner. We'll pick a winner we'll pick a winner once you guys smash a like, and we can get closer to 150 likes to 200 likes already, so you guys can smash a like too. If not, I'm just gonna pick a random person in the chat and give it to them. Then it won't be fair. So smash a like if you haven't already as well. Cool. Okay. Back to yeah. So again, the code, if you just wanna get this on your own, the link is in the description, right? The link is also in the chat right there. So you can simply just click on the link and do more research or get an account and get a nice sale. And if you don't win the giveaway, alrighty. Okay, so BIAF is just stuck right below that 420. The 420 magic number stuck. It doesn't. Yeah, exactly. You guys don't have to spam it a whole bunch of times, though. Promise. I promise. You don't have to spam it a whole bunch of times. I promise. Alrighty, pinky promise. Like if you spammed it already, your name is in the thing. Also, you have to be a member, by the way. Right? It's a members only giveaway. So yeah. So if you're yeah, cool. Oh, you said spam it. Yeah, no, Tiffany. Yeah. Sorry, guys. Yeah, you don't have to spam it. Your name is in the thing. Do you promise? I promise, Greg. Promise. Yeah. So your name, if you put it in there already, your name should be just for good measure. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, but your name should be in there already. Yeah. That you can, or do you have to download? Yeah. So like it's like they're working on the website, so it's gonna make it a lot easier, Danielle. So you can just go on the website and trade on, right? Which is really cool. It's like trading on TradingView, right? Same, right? Also, they're working on that TradingView connection. So I mean, when we had a call with them, um, because I saw some negative reviews and they're pivoting away from from the old ways. That's why they had a lot of negative reviews. They also mentioned that the CEO of TradingView is on the board. So they're working on integrating that connection. We'll see when that happens, right? We'll see. Um, but yeah, for now, you have to use the it's like, again, you could call it an app, but it's like a software for your computer that you have to download, and yeah. So yep, UGRO. Surprise, surprise, guys. Surprise, surprise. Right? What's been the theme of the day? Theme of the day has been what? Golden pocket? Maybe? Maybe. I know, right, Cole? I know. If you bought UGRO off the golden pocket, type yes in the chat. Type yes in the chat. Okay. Because that was a nice area, wasn't it? Yep. Yep. And especially this is something that we were talking about, right? Like, hey, 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 hey. Right? So that's a pretty nice pop for a nice little gain. Yeah. Kimbella, you're fine. Yeah, you're fine. just now at 325. Did he? It would have been way better off the $3, 310, 305, right? So yeah, good job, Greg. Good job, everybody. I'm not going to hang out. I'm on strike. I'm on strike. Show to you. Okay. Yeah, management can strike. Yeah, no, this is looking way better, right? Looking way better for UGRO, but the opportunity was right in your face. Yeah. Mike, so if we go back over to the website and you click on like start, the eval, it's gonna ask you which account you want, right? So and then you can see like the different prices. It almost feels like the 100K account is somewhere else. But anyway, so these are the prices. So let me click on the stock side, right? So on the stock side, you have the 25 and the 50, right? So if so those are the prices, right? So like 229 for the 25K, right? And then 449 for the 50K. Then you can see the benefits, right? Like obviously that's the starting side, that's the signing bonus, right? So that's the drawdown, right? So the 1200, and then everything else. All right, you can see at the bottom too, like if you blow the account, the reset fee is $100, right? But again, yeah, so whoever wins this giveaway is basically winning, $229. Um, and again, with the discount, Mike, obviously it's not going to be that price, right? It's not going to be that price. So yeah, yeah, exactly. So this is before the HTX code, right? So make sure you use that code HTX. Again, so here's a link if you want to do more research. Go through the website, right? So click that link at the bottom of the chat there from the Hutrits account, and let me know if you have any questions about it. Cool. Yeah. Cool. Okay, back to UGRO here. UGRO. Why is it not Hutrits? Unbelievable. BIF is finally breaking above 420. So 420 breakout. 420. Sometimes the 420. You're welcome, Mike. I know, right, Aaron? It's trying. It's failing at the 50, but it is trying though. So the easy money was the golden pocket double bottom at the bottom, right? So that's good. And yeah, see if we can break above that 50 EMA now. How long do you have to meet the target? You could take Kimbella to those guys. The goal is for you to so what they actually want is for you to take it as slow as possible, right? So um right, as slow as possible, right? So you can kind of see at the bottom here for each benchmark, right? Like they'll look like at least 5 days, right? So they want you to take it slow, right? And then after you hit that goal, you're looking for the daily target is $65 a day, right? Like they want you to take it slow, and not just rush. Yeah, exactly. They don't care as long as you. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, take it slow. So there's not with Apex, like some other firms, futures firms, you can pass in a day, but that creates a lot of crazy. These guys, you cannot pass it in a day. So then it makes it a little bit easier for yeah. No, virus, you're not wrong. You are not wrong. Let's go. Virus, sorry. Sorry. As long as you trade good and make money. No, I mean, if you're gonna rush and blow the accounts, they don't care that you rush and blow the accounts. You're paying them more anyways, right? So you're not wrong. Check my question if you can. Your question, Greg. What's your question? How can you decide to sell the stock at the 50 like UGRO and wait for the dip to buy again, or just waiting for a whole run? Yeah, no, Greg. The only thing you can really do here is put a stop loss. That's literally the only thing you can do, right? Because your question is okay. I can see that it's stalling at this price, and then I sell it, and then it breaks out, right? The only thing you could do is you can consider scaling out and then putting a stop loss on the rest, right? Because when it's stalling like that, most of the time what ends up happening is we're selling up. I mean, look at it now anyways, like it's coming back down, right? So that's really not stuff that you can change, predict. When you're at resistance and you know it's resistance, there's a 50% chance that it breaks out, right? But you're not going to know that. Even if there is a 90% chance that it breaks out, there's still a 10% that it doesn't, right? So then you either have to say, hey, okay, I got in at the bottom. I'm going to put a stop loss halfway through. I'm going to sell half and then put a stop loss on the rest. Hope we break out, right? And then see what happens. Yeah. Yeah. No, I missed it. I missed it, Greg. Yeah, that's a good question. It's a good question, right? I think sometimes you just have to be willing to risk some of the gains, Greg, to potentially make more, right? Like instead of selling it as it's stalling, you set a stop loss somewhere else instead, halfway through the run or something, and then hope that it breaks out. Yeah. So yeah, Greg has been putting in the work. He has no other choice. He's been putting in the work and you've been seeing the progress, right? Slow and steady, slow and steady. I'm telling you, like Greg spammed my DM, for like a month. Greg spammed my DM every day. I'm like, Greg, oh my days, Greg. Oh my days, Greg. What do you want me to do? Yeah, exactly. Honestly, that's the only way, right? Slow and steady. Right? You want to get it right away, but sometimes you just have to take the time and just keep learning one thing at a time. So yeah. So sometimes when you don't give up, right, you can start to see the rewards slowly show up. They have a hearing tomorrow. Okay. See what comes out of that then, Dara. See what happens. People in public are just saying that there could be other opportunities to access through them. Yeah. Yeah, exactly, Sid. So through SoFi. That's cool. Seriously, then. Otherwise, you're gonna get cooked. Cooked. Mike, yes. Can I check your question, Osman? Yep, exactly, Stephanie. Exactly. Exactly. Can you take a look at my question? Yes. What's your question? Na, na, na. I got into CDLX from 87 cents. Could you check? Yeah, sure. Absolutely. So, CDLX. We played with this one before a few times. So you got in at 87 cents. Good job. You're green on that position. So that's always a good start. That is always a good start. It seems like you have a little bit of resistance here. Even though that candle broke to like 107, the resistance seems to be sitting at like 105. I like your entry there. I think you've done well. I think you are testing a little bit of resistance here, though. If you break above one, I think if you break above 110, you're probably going to push all the way to like 120 and beyond. Alrighty, the volume is kind of there. right? Which isn't bad. But I think you need to see a breakout above $1.10. So for now, with your position, I would honestly, if I was in that same position, I'd be putting a stop loss somewhere like closer to 95 cents, or right below 90 cents, right? Like really, really tight, like right, closer to, like, again, probably closer to 95 cents, and hope that we can break out. All right. If it does, cool. If not, well, you just hit resistance on a daily time frame and then slap. So yeah, make sure you walk out of that thing in the green though. Right? Your stop loss should not be in the red anymore if you don't have one. If you can master NQ and MNQ, the best instrument. Yep, exactly. I think so too, Dan. If you can scalp futures with all the chaos, imagine dealing with like the Trump tweets and everything else, blah 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 blah, right? Yeah, the stock charts are going to be so much easier to you. VCX is still pushing, which is nice. Wow, craziness. You're welcome, Osman. Shush. Craziness, VCX. 69.90, 169.90. Is anybody still holding VCX? Anybody still holding VCX? One share? That's the way, Yank. What's your average on that one share? That's the way. That's the way to gamble on this. Yeah. Desmond and Omar? Yeah. You're sitting at $70, Dara? Yeah. 105 Yank. There you go. See? Even at one share at 105, you paid for dinner and lunch and breakfast. 98? Nice. Yeah, see? Like one share is the way easier to manage. Way easier to manage. Less stress. So good job. That's crazy, Dan. Especially with only 4 M and Q. Yeah, especially with only 4 M and Q. That tells you the volatility is on a different level. On a different level. Why can't you pull up VCX? KB, I don't know. I had that issue last week. Yeah. Kind of looks like it's sitting at the double top there though at 170. Yeah, maybe try opening up a brand new refreshed tab or something. Uh, and then go from there. Yeah, UGRO is still giving us higher lows from that golden pocket area, so that's a good start. That is a good start. $3.29. Come on now, get back above that 50. Interesting. And yeah, even one of those contracts, Dan, and in the wrong direction, and you're done. Okay, sounds good. You can always and sleep. Yep, lit. Yeah. I went to. Isn't it funny how it works though? Like when you have chaos in your life, sometimes two people can trade the same stock and with two different outcomes. So yeah, your personal life will always flow into the market, especially this. Always, always. Yeah. So let's do the giveaway, guys. Like I said, we're gonna do that giveaway at 150 likes to 200 likes. So 20 more people smash a like. Alrighty. There's still a whole bunch of you that haven't smashed a like yet. So smash a like, and then we'll get the giveaway done. Cool. And then yeah. So come on now. Let's do. We'll compromise and do it at. So 10 more people smash a like, and then we're gonna run that giveaway. You guys are slacking. Slacking. So yeah, smash a like, and then we'll do that. We'll pick a winner. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, smash a like. I know, right? What's lacking? What's lacking? Smash a like, guys. So it looks like VCX basically rejected at a double top for now. It's not bad though. Yeah. ONDS. ONDS. Looks like we're still playing with the dollar here for GMEX. UGRO needs to give us a pushback above the 200 EMA because not exactly what we want to be doing there below the 200 EMA. Okay, so again, this giveaway is like I said, it's a members only giveaway. What you're gonna win is you're gonna win this account, alrighty. When you do win the giveaway, send me a DM in Discord. Send me a DM in Discord, and I'll send you a code. Alrighty, so make sure you only use the code once, otherwise it's gonna give you issues. So make sure you're ready, you have the right email, blah blah blah, and then use the code, and it's gonna work. You should be good to go. Ready? And then if you have any questions, again, there are videos on the website explaining anything, or send Rob and I a DM. Cool. If you have any questions. Alrighty, are you guys ready? Can I win again? Are you ready? Are you ready? Ready for the winner? Let's go. Let's go. What if you're not in Discord? That means you're not a member, right? So yeah, you have to be a member to win the giveaway. Are you ready to rumble? And then again, we're gonna keep doing more giveaways. Alrighty. So we might do another one tomorrow. So again, we're gonna keep doing giveaways. So yeah, make sure my name is not in there. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Are we ready? Ready, ready? Okay. The winner for the giveaway is hashtag rigged. It's not rigged. If Peter wins, then it's rigged. The winner is loading. That's such a scam. We're gonna run the giveaway again, by the way. Alrighty. We're gonna run the giveaway again. Why? Because some people are such criminals. The person that won the last giveaway on the wheel, right? Like this, there's no randomness to this. I mean, like the wheel. Like, look at this. This wheel, red one on the wheel. There's no way we can rig this. He won. And then on this, right, with all the names, he won again. Yeah. So we're gonna run the giveaway again. He's a hacker. You know what's funny is he even said it. What if I win again? What if I win again? Who says that? Huh? Who does that? Look at this. He says, "Can I win again? Can I win? Did I win again?" No, you did not. So we're gonna spin the wheel again. Alrighty. So the winner for the giveaway is roll it. Oh my days. This is being annoying now. This is being annoying. Rob, why did you enter the giveaway? Unbelievable. Okay. We're gonna keep rolling until we pick someone we like. Okay. We're gonna keep rolling until we pick someone we like. Hey, Rob says yes. Yes. Unbelievable. I know, Peter. Give me the damn giveaway or I quit. Yes, Rob wants to win the giveaway. Unbelievable. I know. Dan, all I'm doing is clicking a button and it's picking the winner. Like I have no control over this. No, this is not the it's not for the wheel. The bot's picking the people that spam the chat. So that's different. Yeah. Okay. Are we ready? Brad has an account already. So are you ready? Okay. Let's roll it. This time it's gonna be a real winner. The winner for the giveaway is JG. JG. Okay, Jay. I know Jay was spamming. Jay was spamming in the chat too. Yeah. It's not rigged, I promise. Jay, there you go. Congratulations. Not here. Spin it again. If Jay isn't here, we're gonna spin it again. We're gonna pretend. Where's Jay? Are you in the chat, Jay? We'll give you 10 more seconds. Yeah. Why did you walk away, Jay? Why did you walk away? Why? Yeah. No. So the names are in yeah, there you go. Jay's here. Jay's here. Jay's like, I'm here, I'm here. Send me a DM in Discord, Jay. Send me a DM in Discord. Alrighty? Yes, I saw your name, but you're not here. uh yeah. I just found name change to JG. Yes. So yeah, we'll do another one, not today though, Regan. Alrighty, so yeah. Again, at the very least, guys, I would appreciate it though if you could, click the link for the firm and do a little bit of research. Look through the website. Let me know what you like and don't like, right? So at the very least, let me know, or stuff like that. Alrighty, so click the link at the bottom there, at some point, or in the description at the end of the stream, and give us your opinion, or yeah, see if that's something you're interested in. Alrighty. Yes. Congratulations, Jay. Good job. He doesn't want it. Does he not want it? And I will. Yes, Jay. I'm pretty sure Jay wants it. Jay says, "Okay, yeah, don't worry." Yeah. So send me a DM in Discord. I'm going to unlike the stream. uh, Brad, I tried to rig, but it wasn't. You can't rig any of these. So yeah, we'll do more giveaways already. So don't worry. Okay, sounds good, Lock. Have a wonderful rest of the day. Hopefully the dog is okay. Yeah, hopefully the dog is okay. And now the game is rigged. Yes. Yeah, I like what UGRO is doing, but I think we need to get some higher highs here. MGRX has been sitting in the same stupid range all day today, hasn't it? All day. That 33 area. And this one's been doing good. BIAF. So with your next resistance being $4.50. Yeah. Corruption. Yes. Corruption. One of these giveaways, we need to go back to that name, the name of the people with the bribes. Yeah, that needs to be the next giveaway. People with bribes. Speaking of corruption, Cloud. Yes, it can. Yeah, exactly. Tim. Yeah, the golden pocket will act as support, but also act as resistance on the way back up. If it's above it, yeah. So then you almost want it to break above and then retest, and then go from there. No habla español. Uh, Necesito cookies. Necesito manzana. Yes. Oh Lord, Peter. If you want to join us in Discord, click the link at the bottom of the chat there from Nightbot Cloud. It's gonna give you the different levels, right? Just don't get any of the levels that say sold out, alrighty, and then go from there. Yeah. What the hell is going on? I don't know. Um, Chris is speaking to me in Spanish, so I'm just responding back. Yes. Don't worry. We'll create a list of bribes, and then we'll spin the wheel for the next giveaway. Yep. Tim. Yes. Corruption. Corruption. No, 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 no. That's all. Okay. Zone. Call. Zone. Let me take a look. Yeah, it's like a slow and steady creep. Slow and steady. Yeah. Yes. No criminals allowed to play in a giveaways, please. Yes. What would be amazing now if they actually ended the war, Yeah. I mean, we already know Trump likes to, I don't want to say anything, because I do like I like my American friends. Yeah, I have more American friends than Canadian friends, um, and I do like to visit, Yeah, so I'm not gonna say anything, but also let's see if it actually ends in 5 days or sooner. Trump says 5 days or sooner. Does anybody believe him? I don't want to say anything. I'm just asking a question. I don't want to say anything. I'm just asking a question. Anybody believe him that it's going to end in 5 days or sooner? So by Friday, this should be over then. Okay. Okay. No, yeah. Kirsten, you're like the female version of virus, but like a way nicer version. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Yep. I think the reason why I'm a bit neutral on that, though, the reason why I'm neutral on this is because is because honestly, both sides could be lying about that, right? So I don't know if it's Trump or if it's Iran. And if they're saying all of these guys are dead, in Iran and this and that, like who are they talking to and how are they communicating and blah 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 blah. Like, you know what I mean? Like, are they talking to somebody else that is in power but isn't communicating with the media? I don't know, honestly, right? So like, I'm neutral on that front. I don't know if it's Trump or them, but the 5 day thing, let's see. Yeah, I saw that thing pop up on the scanner there, PMAX. Yeah. Yep. It's actually a really nice breakout. Yeah. So once it cleared that golden pocket there, it said thank you, goodbye. It's always interesting how like these things will sometimes run, like hours after the news comes out. Yeah, it's a nice pop. You're getting very close to 50 cents now. There's nobody left to. Oh, Trump is such a funny dude. Such a funny dude. Such a funny dude. I genuinely hope though that it's not 4 years of chaos like this, because that's just too much. In the 2 years, less than 2 years, Trump has been in power. We've already had enough chaos. Hopefully, he can, after this, he can relax and actually, stop, like, stop causing chaos. But then again, sometimes, if things are not going the way you want, sometimes you need chaos. But I think there's a different type of chaos. Yeah, we want like a productive chaos to fix things, not chaos. Yeah. Who said chaos is bad? That's what I mean, Peter. Right? Chaos is not, but in this case, it's exhausting, especially with social media. Especially with the social media. Yeah, X-Men. Yeah, that's what I mean. Peanut butter. Uh, yeah. For the U.S., not even close. La 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 la. Without destroying an entire country, takes a bit of time. Yeah, yeah. My only hope, though, Dan, is that I wish they would stay off social media. All of them. You know, wish they'd stay off social media. Okay. Yeah, filling up at the gas station though to drive that far to go skiing was not nice. I definitely thought about Trump, when I was filling up at the gas station. Like, thanks, Trump. Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you. Again, it's never that simple. Right? There's always a lot more than just a leader. But yeah, no, 50 cents of resistance there for PMAX. 50 cents. Someone tagged me in Hangout General, but I'm just not gonna go there. Large population of Iranians. They back. Yeah, exactly. Dan. Yeah, exactly, exactly. Yep. This is why, like, I would never argue, like, as someone that lives in North America, when stuff like that happens. I just don't think it's my place to fight with someone that's, someone that has family there, someone that grew up there, someone that, yeah, some of those people have gone through stuff that like you could not imagine, you know, you could not imagine. So, yeah. Uh, yeah, it's failing at 50 cents now. It looks like AHMA is halted up again. That thing's halting every so often now. BIAF still looks good though. Looks like you're testing that 450 now too. Is that what Dan says, Peter? Instead of 2 and 2? Yep. UGRO is actually holding up well though, isn't it? At least from that golden pocket, it just has to break out. Maybe after lunchtime. Maybe after lunch, I can go for a bit of a run. Maybe. Gas getting such as yeah, PTSD moment. Yeah. Yes. At least for the most part, though, we can afford it. You know. So sometimes we complain about stuff. We like, for example, like we complain about gas because like we live in North America and like our concerns is not as bad as other people, but some people are in the middle of the war. They wake up to explosions every morning or every night. So we complain and then we move on. We complain and then we move on. I think it's always interesting though, but like it doesn't matter what your complaint is, it's still a valid complaint, even if it's not as big as someone else's. 687. Sheesh. Pizza, start walking to wherever you go, start walking. It was 33 cents. It's still kind of sitting at that area, so yeah. I think the difference now though is that like it doesn't have a whole lot of volume. So if you get into this position, 1 penny stop loss, KB. 689. 689. Peter, do me a favor, please. I wanna I one of these years I hope Peter comes skiing. Yeah. Dyslexic leprechaun. One of these years, I hope Peter comes skiing. Right away, I'm gonna take him to the very top and say, okay, now let's go down. You can go down on your skis or you can go down on your face. Yes. Either way you end up down. uh, unbelievable. Yeah. Kirsten? Yeah, no, for sure. For sure. I think that's a better position to be in because then you're above that. You're also above the 200 EMA. It's a mini breakout, right, for these little like stalls. So yeah, it's a bit more expensive, but at that point you have a bit more confirmation. Brad, you too. Okay, yeah, you need that 33 area to hold then. Right? Look at BIAF go, guys. This one is flying though. Right? So flying. Yeah. That is a nice pump. Sheesh. That was a good breakout, actually. That was a perfect breakout. A perfect breakout above 450. Such an easy breakout. And then boom skis to almost $5. Off to work, pizza? Okay, sounds good. Have a wonderful rest of the day. See you later. Ready? Your life isn't as bad as you think, Skunk. Yep, exactly, exactly. The one stock you're not watching? Yeah. No, BIAF looks good. As soon as it closed below that 450, they just wanted to push it for 5. Push it to the 5. Type yes in the chat if you're holding BIF. Type yes in the chat if you're holding this one. That looks good. Oof. Yes, yes, yes. Good. Yeah, so $5 is your next resistance, yeah. You can tell like the high is 497 and it's backing off a bit. So there's some profit taking going on there. That was a really good breakout. Yep. There you go, Greg. There you go. Okay. Okay. Yeah, a few members in Discord are most likely in SCR. Yeah, that's a nice little pop that it had. Like I said this earlier, right? Like this thing's had, like it's had some consistent. Like this is the third day now that it's having a green day. So, right. So this has been good. The first time we talked about this stock, it was well below $2, right? And it's been playing games, but you can see like over the last since we first mentioned it, like it's been slowly like dips, but then pops and then dips and then pops. So your next big level is going to be the two call it 220 320 325 X-Men. So if it can break through that level, then that's going to be very good. Why do you say that, Skunk? Yeah. Yup. Yeah, I definitely struggled in the beginning with all the chaos that I think I'm just kind of don't really think about it now, but I definitely do multitask nicely though. Yeah. So yeah, $5 resistance on this thing. You're also hoping for TOVX, Brad? Okay. Yeah, just don't diamond hand those things though if they're yeah, look at CDLX, right? Whoever asked about this one earlier. Let's go, Skunk. Thank you. Whoever got into this position earlier, we mentioned that that resistance, right, and having that stop loss, right? Yeah, you don't want to be diamond hunting, especially when it's at like resistance. So TOVX for you, Brad. Yeah, like it looks like it's not really doing anything. It's just been sitting here. We like this one coming into the open because it looked promising, but then the market opened and look at that, right? This is why we say wait a few minutes at the open sometimes, because like immediately this thing was just, and it tried to bounce off the golden pocket like it did initially, which was nice, and then it did it again. But then at that point, which is again, this is where like your knowledge of the markets will come into play, right, guys? Like yes, it's one thing to test the golden pocket. Yes, we like the golden pocket, right? Like this was good. But then as it goes on, what do you notice that's happening here? Now you're starting to create lower highs, right? High, lower high, lower high. So like yes, the golden pocket is one thing, but then you also have to start considering the fact that this thing is also starting to trend down now, right? You have to consider that, right? That's really important. And then, like it just keeps trending down and down and down and down and down. And then now it's been consolidating for the last 30 minutes. So this is a good spot, right? So you now need to make sure that it stays above 21 cents, right? So there's always, so sometimes people are going to ask like, okay, how come it bounced off the golden pocket the first time, the second time, the third time no? How come we're below the golden pocket? Because like the first time we get to that level, everybody's excited about the golden pocket, right? Now they all jump in, but then the more you test, the less money they have to go back in that position, right? Less people every time you come here, there's less people to buy it back up, and you're also creating a downtrend. So people are like, you know what? I'm out of here, right? And then it breaks down. Um, so you always have to think about like the entire picture with the tight stop loss. Good, Brad. Good. Yeah. So hopefully it can stay above that level and then go back up. Brad, like I agree with you. I completely agree with you. Like 1,000,000%. So you're you're not alone in that. So yeah, yeah. They that needs to be like fixed and moved over right away. Yeah, PMAX really got rejected at 50 cents. Like hard rejection. Yeah. Yakin, yeah, that $5 level was a difficult level for it to cross back above. So showing some weakness, some weakness. Yes, yes, exactly. Yeah, Brad, what you can do is send Rob a DM. He's been working on like like some fixes, some other things. Send Rob a DM and he'll give you some tips. Alrighty, send Rob a DM. He'll give you some little tips. OT, pick you? Why? Oh, you're so delayed, OT. If you're just responding to that giveaway right now, you're like 30 minutes delayed. So you're so delayed. MGRX has just been holding 33 cents, which is nice, but like, you know, if you play with that, you also need a really tight stop loss. Kind of the same thing with this one too, right? GMEX, same thing, like $1. Like it looks fine, but damn. And then obviously TOVX, like a lot of these names are just sitting at the bottom waiting for like volume to come in. UGRO is just going back and forth here now too. So the one that's had volume lately is this one, BIAF. Yeah. On the 15-minute yank. Okay. Yeah, either way though, like all roads lead to that $5 level being a problem. Yeah. Yeah, it really did skunk. Like the volume really went to lunch. They said, excuse me, it's lunchtime. Mm, mm, mm. It's lunchtime. The market and how do I feel about Trump manipulating the markets? Um, I don't know. I don't know. Honestly, what can we do? There's nothing we could do, right? So the best thing to do with situations like this is look for opportunities for yourself. Rather than yeah, exactly, X-Men. Use it to your advantage. Find something to benefit, right? Because they've all done it. They've all done it. All the politicians do it. Every single one of them does it, right? When Biden was in power, his kids had issues with with Russia and all of this stuff, right? Like all of those people that go to power, they all of them, all the politicians. So you know, so it really doesn't help us when we fight about it. We just have to look for opportunities in the chaos. Opportunities in the chaos. Yes. Cloud? No, there's corruption here too. Yeah. Uh, yeah. Teasing? No, I know, I know. Yeah. Where you adapt and play it to your advantage and versus having something in your mind you already want. Yep, exactly, skunk. Yeah. It's like it's just like life, right? Like you can find things in life to piss you off all over the place. But you're better off focusing on what you can control and making steps to improve your life. Yep, exactly, Kevin. Exactly. Exactly. Mm, that's the untrue that, yeah. No, that's okay to have your opinion, right? Like I'm not gonna, yeah, that's okay. Like that's the beauty of life. You're allowed to have your own opinion, and people should respect it, even if they don't agree with it. Yeah. Um, MH. When I first moved to Canada, this was like a long time ago. I first moved to Canada, and um, like not long after, right? Like I went to to like get one of the, I don't know what type of bank account. The lady at the bank told me about it, and then I just started looking into it, and then yeah, it was a long time ago. Yep, exactly, Kevin. Exactly, exactly. Virus. Yep, that's okay. No, 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 no. No, like it's not even fear of that though. Like I think again, like for me, like maybe we grew up differently, but for me, like I've seen what politics has done, and I've seen what like stuff like that is done, and I'm genuinely not interested. So it's not about YouTube, it's not about anything else. I simply don't care, right? Because I do believe that anything good that's happened in my life has been because of you know prayers, um, equaling a lot of good luck, but then also like also my work, right? So yeah, not because of a politician, not because of anything like that. So I genuinely don't pay too much attention to that. Yeah, yeah, I don't pay too much attention to that rubbish. Yeah. Yeah, that level's holding up well, isn't it? Yeah, there you go, Brad. Are you happy now? Yeah, see, you took the gamble with the tight stop loss and it's working, right? But that's after 30 minutes of consolidating at the bottom. Yeah. Yeah, virus. Yeah. Right. Yep. Exactly. Like, yeah. Yeah. Yep. Right. So to me, it's that, right? So if we talk about politics and it seems like I don't really care too much about Trump, like obviously we're always gonna be frustrated, right? Like, damn dude, stop tweeting, stop causing this much chaos. Like that frustration will always come through. But at the end of the day, it's like, at the end of the day, like you pray and you put the work in. Like that's it, you know? That's it. So doesn't mean we're not allowed to be frustrated. Raven politics only. Yeah. So yeah, because I've never known, like I've never seen again, I've never seen a politician that's been good for anybody. That's just me though, I've never seen one. Maybe someday, but every politician shows up and says, "Oh, we're gonna do this," and then lies, and then scam, and then you know. So yeah, so I don't really care too much. Cam, yeah, and honestly, like you even if you don't believe in God, right? Like that translates over to gratitude. You know, like when you're grateful, you're just simply just grateful, and it's not just about believing in God, and like the people that don't believe in God, right? That are so like sometimes honestly it's simply just gratitude, and thank you for today. Thank you for progress, thank you for this, thank you for that, right? And now let's get to work, right? you know Gratitude and putting in the work. Yeah. Yep, exactly, Cam. Exactly. Virus. Yeah. So like, being grateful goes a long way. Yeah. Yeah. So nice little bounce here on TOVX. Good job, Brad. Good job, good job. Yeah. Yeah. But you see how long that thing consolidated at the bottom, right? So sometimes when you're willing to take that gamble at the bottom, it's worth it, isn't it? That channel is also blocked. No, let me go take a look. Futures. What is this? That's funny. Has Rob seen that? I don't think he has. Yeah, so here goes another push again for that $5 resistance for BIAF. So breakout would be good. Yeah. Yeah, so lots of selling at $5. Yeah, lots of resistance. Yeah, so it looks like it's getting rejected again. There, KB. Yeah, KB. Yeah, good job, Rich. Well done. Yeah, that was a good exit too. Because if not, you'd be back to break even again. So good job on that. Uh, yeah. Nomad, like you're not wrong. You're not wrong, right? I think the only reason we bring up stuff like this is not that like your reasonings are not valid, and you know most likely completely true, right? The issue is like you're not gonna do it. Like nothing's gonna change. They're gonna do what they want to do regardless of whether you share your opinion here on social media, on the biggest channels, the biggest news channels. Those guys are saying the same thing, right? Does it make a difference to him? No, they're still gonna scam whoever it is. So we always try and push people to take try and take that decision into their own hands and just put in more work, right? Because they're gonna do what they do anyways, whether you like it or not. Yeah. Ah, you guys need to stop this, this line of conversation because virus is not gonna stop. I'm telling you, once you get virus going, yeah. Anyway, so that 33 cents ish KB is still kind of holding for this stupid stock MGRX, but the price action needs to improve there. Mm, yeah. Yeah, the price action in that has been crazy. Yeah, I had such a busy day yesterday, and like I was gonna post the watch list stuff, and I just never got around to doing it. So in the small cap channel, but if you go back and look at the previous charts, there's usually more information in there, anyways. Chris, what happened to HKIT? No idea. Look at this. That thing popped a little bit there, Kirsten. So that thing actually popped to 36 cents on that candle. Right. So it's kind of doing the same thing that TOVX is doing. So they sit flat for 2 hours and then eventually pop. Oh, virus. Yes, yes. Yes, yes. Yeah, no, it's a crazy world we live in. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Yeah. Of course. Yeah, that's why it popped. They said she's not looking anymore. Okay, fine. Fine. Now push it back up. Yeah. Yep. Now that you're back to this one, the other one's gonna break $5, isn't it? As soon as I turn my eyes. Yep. 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 Nice, Rob. That's a nice scalp. So Rob got into some Amazon puts. Okay. Some Amazon puts. And made some nice monies. Kirsten, yeah, after lunchtime. We have about another 10 minutes or so, and then we're gonna hop off and go back to Discord anyways, the usual time. So type something in the chat. Yeah, so another 10 minutes or so, and then we'll continue in Discord. Yeah. And then hopefully we get some nice rallies after the market closes, after lunchtime, and then go from there. Hmm. Interesting. We have a ticket to Mars for $4.99. I was watching a little video over the weekend, and it was a video of like Elon talking about like going to Mars and whatnot. I thought that was interesting. There we go. $5 finally broke. See, this really is a Kirsten pop, isn't it? As soon as she looks away, like now look at this one. Look at that damn thing. All right. As soon as she said, okay, let me go back to the other one. Now this one's pumping. Nice. BIF. Nice. Very, very nice. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. Yeah, let's see if that candle can close above. It does look good though. It looks very strong. You are? Okay. Yeah, you should be green in that position nicely now, Kristen. So higher 520. 520 is always a bit of an issue too, right? So let's see if we can break above it. Yeah, so 520 is always a bit of an issue, especially when you pop like that aggressively. Come on. No. That's crazy that it broke above and then it's just kind of sitting there. Just sitting there waiting. That shows you, that kind of shows you how strong it is too though. Like when it breaks and then it just sits there for a second, shows you the strength in the stock. There it goes. 512. Yeah, no, it's not a horrible thing, Red. Like it's not a horrible thing. Yeah. It is not a horrible thing, that's for sure. Those candles are giving us some lower highs though. So yeah. Let's see if we can get back above 510. 10 more minutes and then we're about to hop off. Yep, exactly. It's always like that. Almost like someone's watching and they're like, where are you going? Where are you going? So yeah, that 520 is definitely acted as rejection for now. Let's see if we can retest this 9 EMA and then curl back up. A little mini cup. $5. You know they're just playing games for now, that $5 level. Like, so this sell off to me is like meh, right? Because I know that they're gonna play games at that $5 and expect that retest anyways on a breakout, right? So let's see how long it plays around that $5 level for. And then if it closes a candle below, then we might be headed back down to that, to that demand zone again. We're definitely gonna have some games around $5 because that level was a big deal on the left hand side. So, but again, that's really nothing to be, overly panicked about, right? Because you expect it, right? You know it's gonna come back to $5. Chris, where was it showing support? There we go. 505, 506, 507. So a little bit of a climb, right? It goes 510 again. So again, this $5 level is going to be a bit of a magnet for now until we break out, right? A magnet until we break out. Because again, when that level is like such a strong resistance area like that, it's going to play games with it. So, like I said, the sell off back to $5 is nothing to be panicked about, right? There's really no concern there for me. You almost expect it. It's when you start closing below that level, then you're like, oh, okay, now we may have a problem. Oh, yeah. So here we go again. Let's see if we can push back, into the 5 teens this time. Yeah, they keep rejecting it now. Has work to do. You can do it. You can do it. 507, 508. It's moving like a snail now. Yeah. Well, we blame KB for this. uh, KB has a take profit that doesn't want to go. She has a stop loss that doesn't want to hit the stop loss either. It's like, you know what? We're just going to sit right here. Right here, Kristen. You see this, Tim? I think it really is the Kristen effect. Unbelievable. Yes. Skunk. Like I said, this $5 level is going to be a magnet until we break out, right? Because people don't want to FOMO if it's not a breakout, right? So that $5 level is a magnet. Cooking my mustard greens. Mustard greens. Some profits from today's shopping and back to the money. Let's go. There you go. Good job, Alex. Good job. Yeah, MGRX has done a good job around the 33 area, so you need that 37 breakout and then boom skis. Boom skis. Yeah, I think most people are watching BIX for now. BIX UGRO, right? UGRO is still holding. Again, this one needs to get back above that 335 though, above the 200 EMA. Yeah, it's just sitting there, right? But it doesn't look dead, right? And then again, MGRX is a bit more suspicious, so it has work to do to get back above, right? Before it looks good again. TOVX, that was a really nice pop from the bottom. It popped to the supply zone and then back again to 21 cents. Same thing with GMEX, right? Like GMEX has just been sitting at $1 here. So there are a few names that could potentially move after lunch because they're holding well. But we need boomskis, not just holding. Louisiana. Yes, virus. When are you planning? When are you planning on going back to the States? I don't know if that's a good idea. As soon as you get the virus, they're gonna say, "Come on, there he is. Get him." uh, uh, Yeah, that $5, that rejection. May or June. Okay. Yeah, that sounds good, virus. Summertime. Summertime. Yeah, so it looks like they rejected it. BIF. They said, Kirsten, we gave you 20 cents. They said, we gave you 20 cents. Yep. So below $5, then you're looking for that 470 area for support. Right, and there goes UGRO. So UGRO is like, hey, thank you very much. Give me another shout out, please. Right, so like I said, UGRO is not dead. It just doesn't look like it's dead. It's finally crossing back above the 200 EMA, which is good. Right? Yeah. So that's a nice little bounce. So there goes retesting that previous level we played with earlier today. UGRO. Yeah, you've been waiting, Aaron? Yeah, it finally came back. Finally came back. And now that they kick Kirsten out of that play, watch what happens. I'm kidding. Not. Yeah. No, like I said, right? Like that was a really good double bottom in the golden pocket, right? And then it just didn't look like it was dead yet just because it was holding those previous bottoms. And now you're testing 350. So nice pop. A very, very nice pop on UGRO. Are you green in this position, Aaron? I hope you're green. So again, like I said, right, you're testing that previous level we played with for support. This area is gonna act as your resistance. Right? You can tell already that it's struggling a little bit, right? So but that was a really nice pop. Hopefully you're green. Hopefully you are green. Seven. Okay. 315. Ooh, nice. Good job. Yeah. See, you're way closer to that bottom there, which is nice. Yeah, Aaron, good job. Yeah, so it's a bit easier for you to manage the position. If it can stay above the 200 EMA, then it's so much easier. Yeah, good job. Here comes another test of the 350 area. Is it gonna break out this time? KB, you two have a wonderful day. Enjoy the your greens. I have no idea what those are, but enjoy already. Bon appetit. There goes the little breakouts. UGRO. And BIF is slowly creeping up towards that $5 again, right? Like I said, that level is going to be a magnet until something else changes there. So 494 again. $96. Yep. You're done too, Raven? I think we're gonna hop off in. Let's do 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes, and then we're gonna hop off. Alrighty, 5 more minutes, and then we're gonna hop off. Mm, 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 mm. Mm, 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 mm. Uh, Jay, okay, sounds good. I'll respond to your message later. Alrighty, sounds good. Israel to official. Washington has set April 9 as the date to end the war on Iran. April 9. Interesting. It's crazy that there's a date. Crazy. Again, we don't really, we'll see what happens. Yeah, yeah, exactly. So I don't really put too much energy into that. But yeah, no, UGRO is failing at that area, which shouldn't be a surprise. Did you take any profits off the table, Aaron? Yeah, there it goes, right? So like this thing has done a really good job holding that $1 level lit, which is why we keep coming back to it, even though it looks like it's dead, but it's really not dead because it's holding $1. So it's really not dead because it is holding that $1. So maybe after lunch, some names like these will move a little bit, you know? Yeah, so 109. Yeah, so I mean, little gambles of this thing multiple times today, right? GMEX. BIF is back to $5, right? Why? Because it's a magnet. It's a magnet. 344. Good job, Aaron. Congratulations. Of what year? That's a good question, Kevin. Of what year is a good question. Mm, 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 mm. That is a good question. There goes 502. Tell me, they just wanted Kirsten out of this position. They're like, come on, get her out of here. Get her out of here, please. Mm, mm, mm. Get her out of here. Mm, 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 mm. 504, 508. Look at that. We're almost back to the that level again. Let me know if you have any last questions, though, guys. Please and thank you. Let me know. And like I said, we're gonna keep watching these names as the day goes on after lunchtime. So yeah, let me know if you have any last questions, and then we'll continue in Discord. So again, smash a like if you haven't already. Hit that subscribe if you're new. If you do want to join us in Discord, click the link at the bottom of the chat there from Nightbots. Sign up for one of the levels that doesn't say sold out, and come join us. Alrighty, come join us. Cool. Yeah. Mm. Aaron, see you tomorrow. Alrighty. See you tomorrow. LNEI. No position. Yeah. I mean, yeah, like you do have a bit of support at 40 cents, 40 to 41. Like if you really wanted to take that gamble, Chris, sure. Maybe a run later or maybe tomorrow because somehow these names always come back at some other point. So yeah, for now, if you do that, just make sure it stays above 40 cents, please. Alrighty. But that's really all you're doing there. You're gambling off the bottom. And there's nothing wrong with that. You just make sure that if it breaks below, you get rid of it. Yeah. Yep, exactly, Raven. Alrighty, guys, we're gonna leave it here for the day, though. Have a wonderful rest of the day. Much love. Be safe. Be nice to each other, please. Alrighty, smash a like before you go if you haven't already. See you guys in Discord or tomorrow. Yeah, Doug. Yeah. Alrighty. Bye for now. Much love, all. Bye, guys. Bye, bye. Bye, bye. Thank you. Thank you.